All right, hello everyone. Needs More Drums back in Alma, Missouri for episode 2 of our final FS22 challenge of saving the family farm. So if you caught the last episode, you'll remember that we were significantly in debt, sold a bunch of bales, got a bunch of money, planted a bunch of seeds, and here we are. So the goal for today is to finish getting the rest of the field sown, and we also want to start taking care of some crop care. So we want to get some fertilizer down. The first field is ready for its next coat. We want to get some herbicide down, and we also want to get some more lime down on the fields that haven't gotten it yet. So the plan right now is to actually go and put some water in the greenhouses and get those up and running so that we can actually make some additional cash and products from those. So we got the trailer over there. I'm gonna grab Darren's truck. Actually no, I'm gonna go grab the international tractor in there, hook it up to there, to the trailer. We're gonna drive over there, get some water in those greenhouses. Kyle just got back here with the pickup with a load of seeds. Darren's on his way back from the lime station with a full load of lime in the spreader. He's got the smaller John Deere tractor. And once we're done with the greenhouses, we're gonna jump in to the old case here. I'm really excited to use this, and I want to get in here and then cultivate this this other withered crop of whatever's in there. I think it's barley or something, or oats maybe. Yeah, whatever it is. We're gonna cultivate that, and then we'll have Darren start getting some lime down on the cornfield, since that's gonna take a pretty long time. It's a pretty big field. I think that one's like our 50-acre field, so it's gonna take quite a bit of time to get that done. But I want to get the lime down before we actually sow that with the oats. So let's go ahead and just jump in here. You'll notice I actually took the duals off. So in the between the last episode and this episode, I actually baled and wrapped all of the grass that Darren and Kyle were cutting and windrowing last episode. And so that is fermenting and ready to go. There are just tons of bales just strewn about the field, and I mean tons of bales. I think there's got to be like 100 bales or something. So if time permits us tonight, I don't know if it will, but whenever time permits us, if it's tonight or tomorrow morning, to actually go and stack those up kind of off to the side to make them easier to load on the trailer, I'm probably going to do that at some point. But that time is not right now. We have much more pressing things to worry about. Particularly because this is the last month that we can get the what do you call it in the ground, the oats. So I want to get those planted. The corn can actually wait another month if you need to, but I'd rather just get it done today if we can. Just go full seeding mode here. So we'll see what we can do. I'm not too worried, but anyway, let's go ahead and fill some of these up. I forget how much these actually take. I forget if they're large ones or the small ones, but we're just gonna see. Yeah, so it looks like each one actually will hold 20,000 liters. So we're gonna maybe not do 20,000 liters right now. Just get 7,000, just a trailer load for each to get started. But yeah, can't complain there. So let's go ahead and fill the rest of the other two up, and then we'll go from there. All right, and so we just filled up each of the greenhouses with some water. And so now it's time to choose our productions. And I think what we're going to do here is, I think we'll do one with strawberries because I like those. We'll do one with pumpkins because those are unique to the map. And then we'll do one with, let's do tomatoes. So we're going to let this run, and then we'll check in kind of periodically to see how this is doing. But in the meantime, let's go and get started with the jobs for today. And it looks like Darren's back with the lime, so we'll have him get started on the big cornfield. That's going to take a long time, and we're going to hook up to Steiger tractor. And I think while we're both doing that, I might have Kyle go jump into the sprayer actually and go and start getting some of the herbicide down. There are some weeds sprouting in the field that we planted in the last episode, so if we can get ahead of those, it won't be as detrimental to our yield. Because I don't know if you knew this, but in this game, there's actually a slight penalty for putting down herbicide after the weeds have already started to grow. So the best time to do it is right when you plant the seeds. You know, you want to get a fertilizer down like day one, and you want to get herbicide down as well. And you know, if you miss that initial window, then if you put down some herbicide after the weeds have already grown, you run the risk of losing a little bit of the crop to that. And the penalty gets bigger as the weed growth stage gets bigger. So, you know, stage one, just the small ones, doesn't do much. But, you know, if you spray the herbicide on some large weeds, it actually is quite a significant challenge or yield penalty, you know. So better to get that done sooner rather than later. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this out. We'll fill it up, and we'll have Kyle go ahead and take over. This is a mod that I've had for a long time that I've been excited to use and have never used it. So yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. So excited to give it a try. And so herbicide is expensive, I know that, but the penalty that you get from not applying it and not dealing with weeds is, you know, you get a bigger yield bonus that far outweighs the cost of the herbicide. So always best to take care of those weeds, take good care of your crops. All right, and so we have Kyle getting started on that. This will be excellent for us, really going to maximize our yield here. And I'm going to go and have Darren get started on putting the lime down, and then we're going to go and hook up to the cultivator and get started with cultivating this massive field. This one's so I think this one's like 40 some acres. The cornfield, like I said, is like our 50-acre field, but this one is still quite large, so it might take us a pretty good portion of the day to get this done. All right, and there goes Darren getting started there as well. We'll see how much lime that takes. It's gonna be a lot, and our money is not great. And there goes Kyle again, making another lap with the sprayer. Things are running very smoothly. So, like I've said a million times, let's go ahead and hook up to the to the cultivator and jump in the old case, which I'm really excited to drive. We will get started on this field. Yeah, guys, check this thing out, man. This thing is awesome. I'm so excited that we have this. You see a lot of these around, you know, where I'm from, still in like the Midwest. See tons of these old case Steiger tractors and the old John Deere, kind of, you know, from this era, like the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. But it's awesome. I'm really excited that we get to use this. So we're gonna go around this way, I think, and we'll start on this part of the field here. We'll just work our way around, do a couple headland passes. This is gonna take, like I said, a pretty long time. This isn't the biggest cultivator, but it is quite sizable, I gotta say. Bigger than anything I've ever used before. So hopefully it doesn't take us like all day to do this, because we're gonna be in trouble if that's the case. But still, whatever we can do, you know, we gotta do what you gotta do. So, oh well. But all right, let's go ahead, get to work. All right, we're just finishing up with our last pass here of this pretty big field. It took us, as you can see, it's now about 1:30 in the afternoon. It's taken us, you know, 3 hours or so, 3-4 hours almost, to get this field all cultivated. So the plan now is, like I said, we need to get those oats in the ground as soon as possible, because this is the last month that we can plant them before the, you know, like it's the last month of the planting window. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and probably just take this tractor and hook up to the seeder, and then see if what I think should work. I hope it works. So we do have a direct drill seeder, and theoretically that should mean that we don't have to plow the field before we plant seeds in it. I've never actually tried to direct drill after corn, so we're gonna see if that works. But Kyle's he's been done spraying. Darren's finishing up the lime on the other side of the field, but at the very least, we can start getting the seeds in the ground on this side because I want to get that done as soon as possible. Can't stress that enough. I know I've said it a million times, but still. And then I think I'll just have them kind of, you know, one of them, I don't know, we got to fertilize this field again here, this one right next to us with the wheat in it. We got to get the second coat of fertilizer on that at some point today, and then after that, we'll get the lime on this field that we just cultivated before we actually plant that one, since that one we have to plant with some corn. But I want to get, you know, oats in the ground. I want to get that field fertilized first before we actually worry about anything else. So we're gonna go back over to, I don't know why I still got cruise control on. We can just, there we go, get in high gear here. I am gonna wash this off though, and I realized that I just parked the telehandler like right where I need to park this to get it in front of the power washer. But anyway, we're gonna clean this off, grab the seeder, and then keep on keeping on with the work here for the day. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. And all right, we got the seeds and the fertilizer ready to go. We have the case all cleaned up and hooked up to our planter. So I think this should function pretty similarly to the seeder in the sense that we'll unfold this, remove these covers, and then that will let us load everything up. So let's go ahead and get this loaded up. As we found out earlier, it's definitely easier if we, well, if you don't turn it too tight, but if we kind of bring the planter towards the seeder, or the seed refill thing or whatever. Yeah, let's see how this is going to work. I hope this fills this up correctly. All right, just barely. We have barely enough room. Awesome. So I'll let this fill up, and then we'll swap over to the fertilizer, get that filled up, and then head over to the field and see if this will work. And you know what? I just remembered something. This is the wrong tool. I didn't want to plant corn yet. Corn, we have another month, I think, to plant. I wanted to plant the oats first. So we're going to actually leave this tractor here and just leave this all hooked up so we're ready. If we have the time later or first thing tomorrow, we'll be able to plant that, because corn we can plant into May, but oats we cannot. This is the last month we can plant the oats. So we're going to go and actually hook up to the other big John Deere. We're going to fill this up once again with some seeds and some... Yeah, actually, we'll do that first. We'll fill this up again with some seeds and some fertilizer. And then we'll be back to plant. So I'll see you guys in a minute. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I forgot. All right, so we got this guy all filled up. You can see just behind us there, that field 1. Darren's starting to get that line put down. I think he's kind of behind the silos here at this point, so I can't really see him. He just got started with that. After he's done with that, I'm gonna have either him or Kyle jump into the that same tractor and start getting some fertilizing done on the field that we planted last month, our wheat field right here in the middle. That needs a second coat of fertilizer, but no worries, that doesn't take too long at all, thankfully. But yeah, that tractor, man, that you can see him. There he is back there. You can see that tractor needs it's gonna need a nice clean after this. He's been putting down lime all day. And we got 50 acres worth of lime down here in this field right here, so that we're about to do. And that, you can see our bank account is not liking that too much. I'm probably gonna have to sell those hay bales pretty soon. Hopefully those silage bales ferment pretty soon as well. But I'm trying to scrape by without having to take out another loan. I'd really hate to do that when we're already so much in debt. I don't even know if the bank would approve us for another one, so we probably have to just, you know, work with what we got. But anyway, so let me just check my crop rotation real quick one more time. Confirm that I need to plant the right crops. So yeah, so field 10 was corn, and after corn we need to do oats. So if I select oats right there, yep, just double checking, yep, okay. Now this should work. I've never actually tried this with a direct drill seeder, but theoretically, no previous plowing or cultivating necessary. This should plant right over the top of this corn. And if it works, I'm going to be really happy. Partially because it's going to save me a ton of time, and partially because from what I see in the Midwest, it also seems to be kind of realistic, where after a corn harvest, farmers will go and plant some other kind of crop, usually like some type of bean, like a soybean, in between like the rows of harvested corn, and then they don't have to, you know, till the soil, but they can get another crop out of it, and it's better for the soil too because you're not always having to deep plow. So let's power this up and lower it down. Oh, I'm nervous. Oh yeah, look at that. It works. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I'm so happy. All right, things are looking up on the farm here. So we are going to get this whole field planted. This is the biggest field that I've ever planted. It's like 50 some acres. Thankfully, this is like a 12-meter seeder or planter. Cultivating the field, you know, that we just did with 45 acres, that took quite a bit. This is gonna, you know, take another 20% longer. It's another 10 acres. So just bear with me here, but I'm gonna hunker down and get this done. Honestly though, things are working pretty well. I am gonna have while Darren's liming this field though. Oh, there he is coming around the top there. I am gonna have Kyle run back down to the store and maybe get some more seeds because I know we're definitely gonna be able to, or we're definitely gonna have to fill this up again at some point, I'm sure. Even though we're not going through stuff as much as I thought we would. But either way, I'm sure we're gonna need to at least fill up some seeds. We did with the first field that we planted, so probably have to do it again here. But anyway, I'm just gonna get this done, and I'll see you guys probably later in the day, and we'll see what we have time for at the end. I have no idea how long this is gonna take. It might take us all day. If it takes us all day, then, you know, it is what it is. But if it doesn't take us all day, we'll probably have time for maybe we can even maybe we can even get this field next to us planted, or at least get that started too. We'll see how long this takes. So see you guys soon. All right, so update. We are on our second load of seeds for this field. And I just had Kyle run down to the store to grab one more batch because I think we're going to need at least one more to get this field done. Even though now we're done with the headlands, so the seeds are going to, you know, go a little bit of a longer way. It always seems like we waste so much when we're doing the headlands. But unfortunately, the bank account is looking grim. So I did have Darren start liming the field next to us here, and he got about 2.5 headlands in before, you know, well, that was after like 2 or 3 refills, and so we're kind of down to the wire here on cash. And so instead, I'm just having him switch over, fertilize that first field that we planted, since we actually have fertilizer in stock and don't need to buy anything additional for that. Oh, we're gonna see how it works out with the liming. We might have to wait until we get some more money in the bank to finish getting that field limed. I just want to try to get that planted, you know, before I worry about getting it limed. So I think if we can't afford the lime, that's fine. I'd rather get the seeds in the ground and just, you know, do the lime if we can, rather than just forego, you know, like I don't want to run the risk of not being able to buy seeds in order to try to get the lime down. So tough choices to make, but, you know, we got to do what we got to do. I'll check on those bales and see, you know, what the fermentation's looking like. I doubt they'll be ready anytime soon, but at the very least, maybe we can try to get some hay bales or something made in the morning just real quick and get some of those sold. I know we still have a few. Actually, yeah, we do have a few hay bales left in the barn. We might be able to sell those for, you know, $5 grand or something. That would buy us a couple of loads of lime. So once we're done with this field, we'll go and kind of see what's going on there. But until then, we're just going to keep things moving along like this, because I think this is the best course of action right now. We don't have to spend any money. So just is what it is. But yeah, we'll figure it out a little bit later. All right. We're just finishing up this massive field, 50 acres. Got it all planted though, or seeded, I guess. But yeah, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and call it an episode right here. We have done a lot of work today, and I've been playing this game for what feels like forever. So this is a great spot to call it. I will plant the cornfield off camera where we left the case sitting over there. We're going to plant that with some corn. And then I'll see what to do about the lime. I feel like we're not going to be able to lime that whole field, so it just might have a partial, yield increase, but it won't impact the full field. So we'll see about that. Like I said, I really would rather get the field seeded first, and worry about that. And if we got to lime it next year, that's fine. But unless something happens between now and tomorrow where we finally come into a large sum of money, which I don't think will happen, I think I might just go ahead and plant it with the lime that we have, as you can see there. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Can't really take out another loan at this point, so is what it is. But anyway, I'll do that off camera. I'll stack some of these bales up probably off camera as well and prepare, get ready for some more grass work in the coming months. So I want to get those fields kind of clear of bales. But in the meantime, actually, you know what? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hold off on planting this, because if there's some chance that we can do some grass work before we can plant this field in the next month, then I'm gonna take that chance, even if it's just one field of hay. And you know what? We do have those hay bales sitting in the barn. I keep forgetting about those. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell those. I'll see what happens with the lime, but either way, I'll get this field all prepped and ready to go, kind of off camera, and I'll probably bring you guys back in a couple of months when we're ready to do some grass work, just so we can see how many bales we have and how much money we can make from just the grass work alone. I'm really looking forward to that, and maybe by then we might have some of these greenhouse productions done as well. So a lot of things to look forward to, a lot happening, but all good stuff. So I'm just going to keep working behind the scenes a little bit, and I'll bring you guys back in the next couple of months. But in the meantime, hope you all have a great rest of your week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really enjoying this series so far. It's unlike anything I've ever done, so it's been a lot of fun for me, but hope you guys are enjoying it as well. I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.